This conference will now be recorded.
కార్తిక్ అవ్వలేదు. తిరుమల అండ్ శివ. Okay, so let us see. Where are we during the last class? We were discussing regarding the huh? Yeah, let me see. Okay, let us see. We discussed on 10th, right? రామారావు గారిని కూడా ఆ గ్రూప్ లో యాడ్ చేసావా? Sheet number 7, right? Sheet number 7. Okay, so let me see if somebody joined the call. Okay, Sharath. Okay, so let us start. So during the last class, we were discussing regarding the LSMW program. Okay, so we discussed we are going to maintain these are the fields values which we are going to maintain, right? So some of the fields we have maintained over here. So now what I will do, I will try to convert this particular Excel sheet into the TXT document where I will create. So let us say this is the Mara is the TXT document which we have created on that day. Okay, now what I have to do, I need to upload this particular TXT document into the LSMW table, LSMW tool. Okay, let me go to the system. I will try to upload this particular sheet into the LSMW tool. I will go to the LSMW transaction code. I will go to so this is the project, sub-project and project details, which object details which we have given. I will click on execute button. I will go to the execute button. Then I will go to the specify files. I will click on specify files. Then I will go to the change mode. Then I will go to the import data. I will select this particular import data. I will go to the upload file, right? Position the cursor on input file application server. I think I need to select it over here. I will go to the I will go to the create. I will go to the import data or the legacy data. Okay, I need to create the file name over here. Let us say I will give the file from the desktop. I will go to the desktop. I will give the file as Mara table over here. Rahul, I think he did not join. Rahul did not join. Okay, I will give the file name as LSMW material master. Material master I can give. Then I will go to the tabulator and I will click on bin. I will click on OK. So the file which I have created is now attached to this particular program. Okay, I will just save it. File name converted data remaining saved. File name convert data max 45 characters. Where is convert data? This one. Huh? Okay, I think I need to change this thing maybe to I need to decrease the size of this thing. Okay, I just created dot lsmw, right? Dot lsmw dot conv. I will click on OK. Now I will save it. So I have just uploaded the file over here into this particular program. Now I will go back. Now I need to go to the assign files. I will go to the assign file. I will go to the change mode. I will select this particular file and I will click on assignment. I will save it and I will go back. I will go to the read data. I will click on read data. I will just remove these things and I will click on execute button. Yellow. So the records which I have entered, it is being read by the system. I have entered these 8 records, right? These are the 8 records which I have copied, and those details are read by the system. Okay. Now I will go back. Now display read data. Whatever may be the data that I have maintained in the system is now read by the system, and I want to display that particular data. Okay. So how I will display? So this is the data which I have entered, right? X, Y, 10, 100, X101. These and all the details which I have maintained over here. Okay, this is the material number. I will click on over here. So this is the details of the material number 1, right? XY 100, ROH M101, XY 100 kg, like that. I think we did some mistake. We should have not considered this top these 3 things. I think we have considered these things as well. So I will try to remove that. I will try to remove that and I will try to again load that material. I will try to remove these 2 things from the file and I will save it. I will click on OK. I will again try to execute the program. I will execute. I will go to the specify files. Again, I will go to the change mode and I will click on save. I will go back, assign files. I will go to the assignment, select file and click on assignment. Save it and go back. Read data. I will simply click on execution, no problem. So there are 6 entries. I will go to the display read data. Okay, see, this is the line item number 1 which I have created. This is line item number, last line item number. I will go back and I will click on convert data. Click on execute. Okay, so now I will go back. It is very simple. You just need to execute one by one. Display converted data. Okay, I will click on OK. So whatever may be the data I have loaded into the system, I will see it over here. Okay, so these and all the data, right? These and all the data which we were able to maintain it over here. Okay, material number, industry sector, all those things are getting captured over here. I will go back and I will click on start direct input program. I will go to the RMDATIND. I will select this. I will try to I will select some using logical file name or using physical file name. I will select the physical file name and I will try to click on execute button. But all the materials you are having, these materials are not created by now. Why? Because we haven't captured all the mandatory details, right? We have captured only some specific fields. So that is the reason it did not work. It is giving errors over here. What are the errors? Let me see. See, transaction code does not exist. Table 130M means whatever may be the details which we have maintained over here, these are not sufficient. We need to maintain all the mandatory fields like this, then only your program is going to be work. Okay, so any doubts on the material, this LSMW program? వాళ్ళు ఏమని అడగాలంటే మీరు ఏదైనా కోడింగ్ అవసరమైంది అనుకోండి అప్పుడే అడగాలి వాళ్ళని. కోడింగ్ ఏం అవసరం లేకపోతే యూ నీడ్ నాట్ ఆస్క్. Yes, you can skip that and go for the other things. Okay, this way you need to work upon it. ఏమి ఇచ్చారు నంబర్లో? అర్థం కాల, ఏ నంబర్లు ఇస్తావు? If it is internal number range, you just keep this thing as blank. Keep this thing as blank. Then try to upload. It will automatically create the numbers based upon your number range assignment which you have done. Okay, but this way you need to do the LSMW program. Sir, if you want to see, yeah.
సార్ ఇందాక ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది కదా సార్, అది దేనివల్ల సార్?
దేనివల్ల అంటే నువ్వు ఇక్కడ ఈ డీటెయిల్స్ అన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేయలేదు కదా, కొన్నే మెయింటైన్ చేసాం మన ఫీల్డ్స్. యూ డిడ్ నాట్ మెయింటైన్ ఆల్ ద ఫీల్డ్స్ ఓవర్ హియర్, రైట్?
ఓకే, అంటే ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉంటే అప్పుడు
మ్యాండేటరీ ఫీల్డ్స్ అన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి ఇక్కడ.
ఓకే, అదే సార్, మ్యాండేటరీ ఫీల్డ్స్ ఎన్ని అనేది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది సార్ మనకి? అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం జస్ట్ ఓన్లీ ఒక 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 ఒక 12 తీసుకుంటాం.
ఒక మెటీరియల్ క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి వెళ్ళు, తెలుస్తుంది. యూ జస్ట్ గో టు ద మెటీరియల్ క్రియేషన్. లెట్ us say you want to create material. Just try to create. You will come to know what is mandatory field. See, this is mandatory field, right? This is mandatory field.
Yes, sir.
Base unit of measurement is mandatory. Material group is mandatory. The rest of the fields are not mandatory. This is mandatory. Again, item category group is mandatory. Again, transportation group, loading group. Okay, then purchasing. Purchasing group is mandatory. MRP1. MRP type is mandatory. Planned delivery time is mandatory. Apart from this, your forecasting model also mandatory. Apart from these mandatory fields, if you want to add some other fields also, you can add it over here. Valuation class is mandatory field. Array, what is this valuation class? Who created this? And price control is mandatory. Moving average price is mandatory. Okay, so you need to include all these fields, right?
Okay, okay, sir.
We have included only some 7 to 8 which are You need to maintain all the mandatory fields over here so that you will be able to. Yes.
సార్ మెటీరియల్ మాస్టర్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు మనం పర్చేసింగ్ గ్రూప్ ఇస్తాం కదా సార్. మెటీరియల్ మాస్టర్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు పర్చేసింగ్ గ్రూప్ ఇస్తాం కదా సార్. సో అది ఇప్పుడు ఒక్కొక్క మెటీరియల్ కి డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటే ఆ పర్చేసింగ్ గ్రూప్ మనం ముందే క్రియేట్ చేసి పెట్టుకోవాలి కదా సార్, లేకపోతే ఇలా
yes, you need to keep it ready everything.
Okay sir.
You need to keep it ready everything before entering into this sheet. Let us say there is one purchasing group. You maintained in this sheet, but you did not create it actually, then it will not create the material. It will give you some error stating that this particular purchasing group is not available. Please go ahead and create. It will fail. Your program will fail. Like how it failed for me, right? It will fail.
Okay sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, any doubts on the LSMW program? So LSMW program can be used for so many material master data, vendor master data, and you can create service master, anything you can create. You can create XK01 also. Yes. So this is one way of doing the mass creation of the materials. Okay. Yes. Okay, then what is the next activity? Next activity is, let me go through the next activity. So I will try to explain one of the scenario where you have some ticket. Let us say you are working in some support project. What and all issues you will get, we will see. Let us say I am working in a level 2 support or level 3 support, or level 3 is not a support, level 1 support. What is level 1? So level 2 support is nothing but here you are doing only some small configurations. But a level 1 support means here you are doing some small configurations as well as some transactional data analysis, etc. Data analysis. But what is level 1? Level 1 is nothing but you are doing the functional specification writing, means you will take the requirements from the client. And what is requirements? Let us say client want some new functionality to be developed, or there is already one existing functionality, he wants to enhance that particular functionality. In such cases you need to write the functional specifications and explain that particular functional specification to the technical team, and they will write the coding. That particular coding you are going to execute and test it. So nothing but a functional specification writing. So in case of level 1, you will be taking the requirements from the client, taking new requirements from client, then doing the gap analysis, then based upon the gaps you need to write the functional specifications, then walk through the functional specifications, functional specification with technical team. Once the development is done by the technical team, you need to test it. Test the solution. Test the solution. As a part of testing the solution, what you will do? You will do various types of testings like unit testing, integration testing cycle 1, integration testing cycle 2, then user acceptance testing. Then what else you have? You have the regression testing. Then deploy the solution into production environment. So these and all the steps are there. So let us say there is one ticket raised by the client. There are various types of tickets like master data tickets or transactional data related tickets. There will be category of the tickets will be there. Transactional data ticket, master data ticket, like that, enhancement tickets, like that. There will be so many tickets will be available. Transactional data means like you did it in the morning, right? So you were creating contract, you were not able to create the contract. So you need to check where is the issue. So I was able to check and I was able to resolve, right? That particular ticket is related to the transactional data. Okay. So, but what is in the level 1, you are not going to do any tickets related to the transactional data, but you are going to work upon the enhancements and the new solution development. Okay. Let us say what is enhancement and the new solution development. Let us say there is one level 1 ticket came to you. In the level 1 ticket, let us say client is asking you to develop one report. Okay, there will be one description for that particular report. Let us say they want to develop one report, new report development, LOP development for purchase register. This is the requirement from the client. So that ticket will come to you and they will assign it to you. Then what is your action? They will simply mention new report for purchase register and that ticket will come to your, they will ask you to work upon it. Then what work, how you will start to work upon this particular ticket? What types of reports? First, what you will do? You will change the ticket status into in progress or in analysis. Progress or in analysis. Status change of the ticket into in progress or in analysis. Then you will try to understand. Okay, so the client is asking, they want one report as a purchase register. What is purchase register? You also don't know. Then what is your next activity? The next activity is you need to discuss with the business. The person who raised this particular ticket, you are going to have a conversation with him. You will schedule the call or he will schedule the call. Then in that particular meeting, you are going to ask regarding this particular report. How you will ask? You will join the call, he also will join the call. Then you will say, I have received so and so ticket. In the ticket, the requirement mentioned is develop new report for the purchase order. But I could not see any details regarding this particular purchase requisition. What is purchase register? What you want, all those things, you need details. Then only you will be able to develop that particular solution or the report. You will ask him, boss, I have received this particular ticket. In the ticket, it is mentioned that develop new report for the purchase register. What does this mean? What are you expecting from me? Then again, you will ask, you are asking us to develop one report, but what and all the details you want to see on that particular report? You will ask him. Then he will say, my requirement is, I wanted to develop one report. Within this particular report, I want to see for a purchase requisition. He want to see report in such a manner. Let me see. He wants to see serial number 1. In the serial number 1, he wants to see the purchase requisition number. Purchase requisition number. What is the purchase requisition? Let us say this is the purchase register report. In this particular report, he wants to see the first column as a purchase requisition number. No, serial number, then purchase requisition number, whether the purchase requisition is released or not. Releasing status, release status. Then he will ask, what is the request for quotation that I have created against this particular requisition? You will see there is one more column, request for quotation number. Then request for quotation line item number created against this particular purchase requisition. Then the contract number against this particular requisition. Did you created any contract? Yes. What is the contract number? Contract number. And what is the contract line item? Okay, what is the contract line item number? Okay, then again you will have, what is the purchase order you created against this particular contract? Purchase order. He wants to see you created one purchase requisition. That particular purchase requisition has gone through what and all subsequent steps. End to end, he wants to see one report. That report you need to develop. Then what is the purchase order? What is the purchase order line item number? Okay. Then what is the goods receipt number of this particular purchase order, released or not? Release status of the purchase order. Then who is the vendor against which I created this particular purchase order? Vendor. Then have you done the goods receipt against this particular purchase order? Yes. What is the goods receipt number? అక్కడే రాస్తున్నానా? Okay, goods receipt number, GR number. Then what is the GR quantity? You created the purchase order for 10,000 pieces, but you created the goods receipt only for 500 pieces. Then what is the invoice quantity? GR quantity and GR value. Then invoice quantity, invoice value. What is the invoice number? Okay, then all these details they will give it to you like that. So this is one of the simple report which the client is asking you to develop. Then what is your work? How you will start this work? This is the requirement. Client has given the requirement. Boss, I want the report in such a manner. Then how you will start working upon this? You will start working upon this by creating one of the document known as a functional specification. Where client has given, his work is very simple. I want this material, this thing, but you need to struggle a lot. Okay, why? Because he is making the paying the money to you, right? So he can ask so many things, whatever he want. Your work is to deliver the product according to his requirements. So now let me start. Okay. So now your work started. What you will do now? Now earlier the ticket status you kept it in progress and in analysis. Now you analyzed this particular requirement, and the next activity is you are going to make the status of the ticket as a FS in progress. Means you have discussed the things against the client, and he gave you the requirement. You understood the requirement. Now you need to write or document that particular requirement. How you are going to document? You are going to document in one of the document known as a functional specification. So how you will write the functional specification? I will stop recording over here. Why? Because I am trying to show it to you one thing.
This
It will have
conference will
various
now be
sections
recorded.
included in it. Okay, so what and all the sections a particular functional specification document will have? I will show it to you. The functional specification document will have various sections included in it. Like section number 1. Section number 1, it will have the requirement what you have captured. So what is the requirement over here? The requirement over here is the client is asking you to have one report to be developed. It is nothing but a requirement section. Section number 1 is the requirement from the client. The requirement from the client is he is expecting you to develop one report over here. Then what is the section number 2? The section number 2 is nothing but constraints. He is asking one report, but will you able to develop everything? There is some limitations, right? Whatever may be the report he is asking, you will not be able to develop. You are not a god. So within the availability of the system, you will be able to develop the report. So you will write it down, the constraints and limitations. You will specify in the section number 2. And in the section number 3, you are going to specify the technical field mappings. Technical field mappings. When I say technical field mappings, what are the technical field mappings? Technical field mappings are nothing but when you are generating the report, what is the relevant field and what is the relevant table from which you are trying to grab the data. Let us say purchase requisition number. What is the table to get the details of the purchase requisition number? Can you tell me? So for the purchase requisition number, what is the relevant SAP table and what is the relevant field. 1 minute. Okay, so request for quotation line item number, then contract number. I will specify over here everything. Okay, I will specify over here everything. Okay, so I need to write it down over here in the FS. I need to write it down everything in the FS. Then I need to specify the what is the SAP table for this particular requirement and what is the field value. What is the table for the purchase requisition number? But what is the field table is EBAN. But what is the relevant field value? What is the technical field? So you just need to go to the, you are the functional consultant, right? You should know what is the table, what is the field value from which I need to grab the data. These details you need to give it to the technical people. They will then start writing the code. So the purchase requisition number, I will take it from the, I will go to the SC11 and the table is EBAN, right? EBAN is the table and I will display the EBAN. So here purchase requisition number. I am trying to take the purchase requisition number from table EBAN and the field BANFN. So I need to specify the technical table and the field values over here. So EBAN BANFN is the field. Okay, then what is the purchase requisition release status? Where you will get the purchase requisition release status? See here, you see the release status, right? What is the field over here? The field is the FRGZU. So see EBAN FRGZU is the field. Then you will go to the request for quotation number. What is the request for quotations table? The request for quotations table, can anyone tell me? The table for the request for quotations is, let me see, EKKO. EKKO is the table for the request for quotation. So I will go to the, what is the request for quotation document table? It is a EBELN, right? I will take the request for quotation table is EKKO EBELN. EKKO EBELN. This is request for quotation table, header table. Then what is the item table? The item table is EKPO. EKPO is the request for quotation item table. I will check. What is the request for quotations item table? Item table is nothing but EKPO. Within the EKPO, you have the EKPO, EKKO and EKPO, right? What is, oh, EKKO and EKPO. So I need to take the item number of the request for quotation. That is EKPO EBELN. EKPO EBELN. Yeah, this is EKKO, this is EKPO, right? Tables are different. Then contract number. How you will search the contract? You will search the contract by the same tables, EKKO. But how you are going to identify the contract? You are going to identify the contract by the purchasing document category. If the purchasing document category is K, that is nothing but a contract. The table is same. Table is EKKO and the purchasing document contract number is EBELN. But how you are going to identify that with the, whether it is a contract or not, you are going to identify with the purchasing document category. If it is K, then it will be a contract. I know that thing. Let me see. I will execute it over here. So I will try to go through the field selection. Purchasing requisition document category. Can you see somewhere? Oh, it is EKKO, right? I need to take EKPO, not EKPO. I need to take EKPO. EKPO is the item level table. So I will go to the where is the purchasing requisition document category? See, document category. Let me see. Huh? Category. Item category, account assignment. Yeah, purchasing document category. So I will select this. So if I say, see K is contract, right? F is purchase order. Request for quotation A. So like that I need to define the, okay, so actually I need to join one more call. We can discuss in the next class. It is very, very important. If you want to write one functional specification, how to write the functional specification, how to find out the table and the relevant field values, very important. Okay, so we can meet on next class. Thank you for joining the call. Bye bye. Hello Karthik. Bye bye. Okay.
Bye bye, sir.
Okay.